What is the OSC? The simple answer would be a community called the Object Show community, but there is also a long answer, and so today I will hopefully cover everything you need to know about the OSC. But before we start, consider subscribing. What started the entire Object Show community was a little series called Battle for Dream Island, or BFDI for short. BFDI was a series that Michael and Carrie Hong decided to make when they were both young little baby boys. But before they made the animation, they made comic books. The comics were called Total Fiery Island, or aka TFI. TFI had objects that ended up being in BFDI. When the twins decided to make BFDI, they got inspired by Total Drama Island, which is a popular competition show. And so BFDI was born. It didn't do too well at first, but after a few episodes, people started getting hooked into the show. Midway through BFDI, Inanimate Insanity was born. Another object show, yet with different objects. And everyone started making more object shows, and now, let's get into the very unique object shows. Paper Puppets. Paper Puppets was an object show without animation. Basically, the creator, Yellow Angiru, made paper cutouts of the characters and moved them around their house. And people surprisingly liked it, including me. I even made my own, which we will not be talking about. And then Yellow Angiru made a second season, with animation this time. And the first few episodes weren't the best, but the episodes proceeded to get better. And now Paper Puppets Take 2 is literally my favorite object show. Extraordinary Excellent Entities is the second season of Excellent Entities. And the show was really good. The creator, Webs Forevs, managed to get through 2 full seasons of the show. And he is now posting short little videos every Saturday with the EEE cast. You should definitely go check him out. Then we have TDOS, the Daily Object Show. The Daily Object Show started a whole new object show era, where the creator would set a short time for every episode to release, and it would usually say on the title. The shows would usually be more of a joke show, which brings us into the next category. The first ever joke show was called Object Show 87, and it had an unusual cast of characters, and it would take the whole BFDI style, which everyone was used to, and made it into something funny. It then blew up like crazy, then a bunch of people started making joke shows. Now we have One. One was one of the first story-based object shows, where the host was a mysterious person claiming their name was Airy. I don't want to give away too much information, so you'll have to watch it for yourself. But basically, One was one of the best object shows according to almost like every OSC member, and it is definitely worth checking out. There are also other shows with the same sort of plot twists, consisting of The Nightly Manor, Object Escape Hat, it's my show, and plenty more. Enough of the shows, now let's talk about stuff that I really enjoyed throughout the OSC. We can start with commentary content. The content I make, woohoo! All this started with Caddy J's BFDI trivia series. Then people like Fordle started doing stuff similar, until we all shifted into a more theory-ish type content, where people like Hypercrystal, Fortle, Object Shited, and Fast Stuck, the coolest person ever, would post theories about BFDI and other object shows like that. And that right there is one of my favorite form of BFDI content. Next up, we got BFDI skits, where random people would get random audio from trends or memes and animate it with the BFDI characters. People like Spatulamations, Hypersphere 867, Soft Kernel, and me, of course, would do this stuff. Now that I've covered everything I wanted to cover, I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite part of the OSC? I really like the OSC, and as a person that has watched BFDI since I was a legit toddler, like during BFDI 7, I am so glad to see it grow, and I can't wait for more. Also, I know I didn't cover everything, so if you want me to make a part 2, then let me know.